Hey everyone, this is my second podcast of the day. I'm really excited. It's my second English person of the day. This one is Sophie Harmes, probably one of the most sweethearts on the Gold Coast at the moment. She's from England, and I'm interested in asking her where and how she got here and the small differences in our cultures and all kind of cool things. You know, I've got a whole bunch of questions, but you know what? I'll tell you what she reminds me of. She reminds me of Margot Robbie from Wolf of Wall Street. Sophie is a very beautiful, classic beauty, and she is very intelligent. So you can get pretty spellbound by talking to this person. And I just picture her having huge things in the future. So I've asked her to come in today so we can talk. And I hope you enjoy this podcast. Introducing Sophie. And here we are, Sophie. Hi, Soph. How are you? Good?
I'm fantastic, thanks, Drew. How are you?
Really good. You're actually my second English person today. Which I think is unbelievable because I don't think I know anyone else English other than my mum. My mum's from Kent.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, and I had a guy called Neil in today, and he was from Devon.
Oh yeah, not too far away.
Really?
Good clotted cream down in Devon.
Yeah,
and scones.
He was talking about the pasties.
Oh yeah, Cornish pasties.
Yeah.
Yeah, or pasties.
Pasties.
Yeah, I think is the English terminology.
I grew up with a family, and they were English, and her mum, his mum, it was his mum would say, "Oh, it's not ever so cold," and we'd always be having pasties and what are they called? Beef Wellingtons.
Oh yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No. These are little puffy sort of things.
Yeah, toad in the hole. With the sausage and the Yorkshire pudding wrapped around
Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire pudding. And it was some more. It's not ever so cold. It was really cute, you know.
Got to fill the Yorkshire puddings with gravy. Yeah. That's for sure.
When were you last in the UK?
Just over, close to 2 years. I went back in June 2 years ago for my dad's 50th.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been back since. I don't really miss the place. I kind of just miss some of the people. Yeah. To be honest, it's it's cold.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it is very cold. And sometimes it does get cold here, though. It does sometimes, you sort of feel a little bit...
Today was cold. This morning was cold. I went stand-up paddleboarding this morning.
Oh, yeah?
At 6:45. Every week, a bunch of friends, we meet on the water at Currumbin, and it's just a really cool thing to do because it's really easy to speak when you're standing on a surfboard in the middle of the Currumbin Creek because there's no cars about. You can actually have a really private conversation without being in a coffee shop. You're not drinking beer. You're doing this sort of physical... healthy thing, and it's beautiful, flat out beautiful. The sun's coming up, and but the cool thing about today was one of the girls that came with us. She has a new boyfriend, and I don't know how they met. They met online or something. Think perhaps. Yeah. I have no idea. But he's from Las Vegas.
Oh wow! What an interesting conversation.
So this real cool, tattooed up, but he was a real sweetheart, nice guy, and it was his first time on a surfboard ever. So he that's it, and he knew nothing about it. So he next minute, and you don't fall off stand-up. Have you ever been on a stand-up paddleboard?
It looks hard. I've never been on, but you can't do that in England. You can't just go out at 6:45 in the ocean and do anything at any time in the ocean, really.
Why?
It's just so cold. I mean, we had a boat and a jet ski over there, and we used it sort of, 2 or 3 times a year, to be honest, because by the time you get it all sorted and set up, because you keep them in marinas and stuff over here. Right. It's not just hooking them on to the back of your car or your truck or ute, and going down and putting it into the public boat ramp. It's completely you keep them in a marina, and you sort of go through the locks, and some people do have them, at the beach, but it's rare. And then, you've got the wetsuits and...
You're at Brighton.
Yes.
You're from Brighton.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got that pebbly beach. That looked like a really pretty kind of place.
It is. I was actually born in Brighton, then moved to Eastbourne, which is another seaside town.
Yeah.
My dad still sort of lived in the Brighton area for a bit and then moved to Kent.
Wow.
So, and he's now owns a pub, an old...
In Kent?
It's Groombridge, which is sort of... it's quite near Tunbridge Wells.
It must be funny when you come here and we've got Coolangatta.
Yeah.
All these funny... that just sounds normal, but when you say your town names, Tunbridge and everything sounds so English.
Really?
All the town names are so strange. Sometimes if I ever watch that TV show Top Gear...
I love that TV show.
Yeah, but me too. Everyone does.
Yeah.
But the way they speak, sometimes I go, I can't believe, like, where did that accent come from? There seems to be like a really, you know, the Gold Coast. Everyone has that Aussie sort of going no matter what.
Mate.
I guess because we don't have a university system. That's what I put it down to. So if you've got some, there's like this really classy accent.
Yes.
Over there, and sometimes
that's the southern part, I believe, rather than the, so Yorkshire are very much, let's go down to the pub and have a pint. I don't know how good that was. I think
but how far away is the next?
Pretty bad.
That was good.
No, it was bad.
Let's go down to the pub and have a pint. Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if the
Okay.
Yorkshires would say that we were good, but...
Well, how far away is the next accent? Like 1 hour?
Yeah, I mean, sort of London, it sort of becomes more, know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
You
perfect.
know?
How did that come about? Let's think about how that would come about. That could only come about by thousands of years of... you call them villages, right?
Towns. The villages are more sort of the old school, I'd say, country villages, or that go down to the village is kind of a real old saying. It's kind of more of a go into town or let's hit the city, or that was sounded really Australian.
Oh, okay. So the term village is just a term. It's not like defined like but there is an actual like. See what I'm saying? So I've just got nothing, right?
Yeah.
So a village, would you call Narang a village?
No.
Right. So the term a village could mean like little stone paths and...
Yeah, it's still like
get it.
a village is really a small place where it's a small community. So a village is where everyone knows everyone. So actually I'd say my dad's area is in a village where his pub is.
Okay.
Everyone knows everyone. There's not many streets. It's very small, and the village would be classed as the row of shops, or the post office, or the pub, or Whereas in a city, you don't have a village. You would never say, "I'm going to West End Village."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what blows my mind? If I was raised in Brisbane and I moved to Sydney, and I would often, and I moved right into the city in Sydney, and I would stand outside 200-year-old pubs and go, and just like, wow.
The babies.
Like, just incredible. To me, that is so old. Or even to live in I lived in a house that was 80 years old, and I just stare at the windows going, wow, So to think the history and they're digging up new history all the time. I'm reading about the Stonehenge site.
Oh, that's hilarious, that site.
Yeah, but to think only, say, if I was born in 72, and you're probably not even, but so,
I was born in 91.
Wow. I was already doing things. I was already paying bills. It sucks. No, so, what I mean to say is in the 80s,
Yes.
we were still going by encyclopedias, right? So everyone would open the encyclopedia and go, wow, there's Stonehenge. And that's kind of all our neighbourhood knew, right? So the facts now are completely different. So Stonehenge is still amazing, but everything around Stonehenge is becoming far more important now. Like they're finding underground this and that.
I find it hilarious how you're interested in Stonehenge, because I think it's ridiculously the worst piece of history I've ever seen.
Do you know? Yeah?
Do you know what? Like, because you drive past it a fair amount, and you go, oh, all of a sudden there's Stonehenge, and you're like, oh yeah, that's Stonehenge, you know. Or I've never sort of gone to Stonehenge to see Stonehenge. It's just sort of stumbled upon me as I've sort of driven for work, or
Can you see it?
Or if on the road.
Wow.
And it's just bunch of rocks I don't want to offend anyone here, but it's pretty much a bunch of rocks in a field. You used to be able to sort of climb on them and go and touch them, but I didn't even get out the car, or I tried to take a photo as we're driving past. But they're not. It's far more interesting history. Like I love the Tower of London, where you can go look at the crown jewels and that kind of history. Like I'm a real fan of the monarchy.
Yeah, well, so am I, because basically it's just the only thing we've got in Australia, and no one even really speaks about the monarchy. But the fact that we don't have anything like that in this country makes that so interesting to me. When you see photos of those huge buildings and just everything about it is flat out interesting. So, which brings me to the point that if you were to, no doubt you think Stonehenge is, because thousands of people have been going past this thing for thousands of years.
Yeah.
The fact that it's still there is pretty nuts. So, come on, tell me some more stories.
Stories, hey?
And, alright, my wife's Japanese.
Yes.
So, she misses food.
Yeah, I gotta say, I do like a Japanese. I'll tell you a story then about. So in England, sushi is really not a big thing at all. I never even tried sushi until I got here.
Right.
And now I love sushi. I can't go without sushi.
Okay.
Not so much the sashimi, but the I guess, westernized, kind of sushi. But
I met someone the other day that said, sushi, that's like raw food, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Well, it is. That's just raw fish.
Yeah, but that's.
But sashimi is just the raw fish.
Yeah.
But if you've got that raw fish sitting on top of the rice, that's sushi.
Yeah.
So you're still having raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, sashimi is just a different word for putting that bit of fish flesh over there. It really is.
Yeah.
So, but I met someone the other day who still hadn't had it, and they were, as old as me. I'm like, man, you got to have it.
Yeah.
The whole world, like, there's 127 million people eating this every day. You've got to at least try it. Yeah.
I think I like.
How could you live?
It's a great snack, but it's also a great dinner or lunch.
Yeah.
It's an all round. I couldn't see myself eating sushi for breakfast, but
they do though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. And I love those bean things, those edamame beans.
Me too.
Oh,
Me
they're
too.
so good.
Yeah, they are the greatest things.
Yeah.
I was actually, for a long time, I annoy people with that because they're called, they say edamame, right? And if someone was to bring them to Australia and rebadge them, rename them, because everyone knows now if you have peanuts and beer, the peanuts will make you fat. Everyone knows that now, and salty, blah blah blah. But in Japan, you'll drink beer with edamame.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if only all the healthy beer drinkers here got onto that idea, someone would need to rebrand it the name. I thought Crucky's Beer Beans. And that's what most people do. Yeah, most people go, whatever. All right, drop my name out of it. Fine, whatever. That's fine. Beer Beans.
No, I like Cruckies.
Thank you.
I think they'll hit off. Let's market it.
Thank you.
Let's market it now. Have you tried the ones with garlic in them?
No.
So you can get them like made with garlic too as the salt. They're just garlic edamame beans.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They are good.
They are
so
good. I really
good.
want some. I might have to go and get some actually.
So tell me then, what do you miss from the UK? Because everyone, I haven't been there, so everyone raves about how English food is bad, right?
I love English food. The home-cooked dinner.
Yeah.
Home-cooked, so like shepherd's pie when it's freezing cold outside and you've got this hot...
I love that.
We still have a roast usually every Sunday.
Maybe it's just the thought, because some people say, what is English food? I don't know, bangers and mash?
No, see, I don't... Oh, the sausages here. Don't even talk to me about the sausages here. I miss English sausages.
Yeah?
The sausages here have these thick skins. Like I've got a great butcher, actually, who has... down the road from my house, he's called McNabb's Butchers.
Yeah.
And he has he's actually